Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Phish Phry podcast. I'm your dad host, Bobby.
And I'm Oliver.
And today, we will be discussing Phish's album, Lawn Boy. Now, Oliver, did you know this album came out in 1990? Mm-hmm. Now, this is just 1 year later after Junta came out. So, they're pretty busy for a year. Mm-hmm. Traveling, touring, all that kind of stuff, building up their fan base. Now, this album has a lot of really, really good songs on it. Some that they still play today.
Some, not so much.
Yeah, some not as often. So, let's run through the track list, just so we can get everybody up to speed. So, The Squirming Coil.
I really like that.
Reba.
Mm-hmm. I've heard of that.
My Sweet One.
I haven't really listened to that one. Like, it's not my favorite.
Yeah.
Like, it's not, like, I don't really like it that much, but I like it as a calm song.
Yeah, it's part of their style, but it is a different style than a lot of their stuff.
Than what I'm used to.
Split Open Melt.
Oh, yeah, I used to love that.
The Okipa Ceremony.
Oh, yeah.
Bathtub Gin.
Oh, yeah, where it talks about him in the bathtub.
Yep. Run Like an Antelope.
I really like that, how it gets wild, like calm at the beginning and then gets into wild stuff.
Oh, yeah. Lawn Boy.
Classic.
And Bouncing Around the Room.
That's classic, too.
Yeah,
I really liked it.
I feel like even if most people haven't heard of Phish,
I feel like they would like it.
yeah, but like Bouncing Around the Room, like...
That's the first song I ever heard when I went to Phish.
Yep.
I was like,
so, Squirming Coil, what's your favorite part of that song?
I love the piano in the background, and then, like, whenever he gets at the end, it's like where he goes so high.
Oh, yeah,
Paige.
where he's singing.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah, that is fun. Paige absolutely kills it on this song.
Yeah, he's, like, really fun, and Trey.
Yep. Reba, I don't know how they remember all the lyrics.
Yeah, I don't know how they, they've got to have an explanation. Because, like, they don't have any papers up there, like, to help them. They just memorize them.
Yep.
Like,
and they've been doing it for, like...
40-ish years.
Well, I don't know when they started playing Reba, but as of the recording of this album, it's
really
like...
good.
Yeah, it's like 33 years they've been playing it.
Yeah.
My Sweet One, I like it because it does show, like, their bluegrass and their country influences that they have.
Yeah.
And I think it's just a fun, sweet little song. Split Open and Melt is probably, to me, starts to show more of their kind of like weird music stylings.
That's what I was about to say. Like how they get fun and like get creative and start messing around with their words and stuff.
I think
I
really like this song. I've always liked this song since I first heard it. And I think I first heard it on probably one of their live albums before into studio stuff. But the way the effects are on the recording of this song, I think are very interesting. Okipa Ceremony, what do you think?
It's like very fun and creative. Like once you look at like the title, you know that it's gonna be like fun and stuff. So you like can't help but listen to it.
Yeah. Bathtub Gin.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
Like gin's in the bathtub, like the beginning.
So do you think if you had to describe Phish in 2 words, what would you say, Phish? How would you describe them? 2 words.
Creative and fun.
Yeah. I was hoping you would say fun because you've already said it like 5 times.
That was 3 words because counting and.
Okay, fine. 3 words, creative and fun. Run Like an Antelope.
It's wild at first. I mean, the last part.
Set the gear shift for the high gear of your soul.
Rada or something?
You gotta run like an antelope. Out of control. Lawn Boy, I gotta be honest. It's not one of my favorite songs.
Yeah, it's not. Like, I don't know. I mean, it's good. Like, I like it, but then it's like once they get into it, you're like,
Yeah, I feel like there's so many songs on this album that have like staying power. And looking back, obviously they do because they've played a lot of these songs for 30 plus years. Lawn Boy, I think if you like Lawn Boy, you like it. If you don't like it, you don't like it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of like love it or hate it. Like
like you have all these fun songs, and then when you reach Lawn Boy, you're like, oh, that kind of takes all the fun out of it.
I don't know that I would say it takes all the fun out of it.
Not all of it, but like
I know
what
you mean. Like for me, it's not one of my favorite songs.
Yeah, I don't really.
I wouldn't just choose to like, ooh, I want to listen just to Lawn Boy and just listen to that one. Would you?
Yeah, no.
No. Now, Bouncing Around the Room.
Classic.
It is.
Classic.
It's a classic. I feel like it's a great.
It's very fun.
I feel like it's a great entry point.
Bouncing around. Yeah. It's very funny and stuff.
Now, the first time I heard Bouncing Around the Room was on that Trey and Dave Go to Africa.
Oh yeah.
Like documentary.
When he does the kids.
Yep.
Bro, I love that. That's one of my. Like I love when they go to different countries, like to meet.
Yeah.
Like it's very nice and kind of.
Yeah. I remember watching that on VH1, like when it came out, and I thought, man, I really like that song, and just like the way it's got that boom, it's got that feel to it, and you know, it just makes you want to move.
Yeah, like it actually feels like you're in a fish tank. They make
yeah, it's kind of floating around, bouncing
like
around,
bounce around like on the walls. That's what I first thought of whenever you played it on the radio.
Yeah.
Here I was like, oh, I want to bounce, like, I almost wanted to bounce off the windows, and I was like, I'm a fish.
I mean, just the way they,
like, use their creativity.
Yeah, like, it just makes you want to move, and I think
yeah,
that ultimately is kind of what
mainly
Phish is, they're wanting to make people dance, they're wanting to make people have fun, and enjoy the music and all that, so I think that's just kind of like, if someone asked me, what's your all-time favorite Phish song?
I couldn't really say that.
It'd be real hard.
Because, like, all their songs are fun.
And, and honestly, they're so different.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if I was going to give someone a good entry point into Phish, I'd pick Bouncing Around the Room.
Yeah.
I'd either pick Bouncing Around the Room or some other random song that's, like, super, like, weird and out there, you know.
Like, to get them used to them, like, because then if they start out, like, with a not weird song and then they go to a weird song, they're like, what? I didn't know they did this.
This is weird.
Like.
But they're like, oh, I like Bouncing Around the Room.
Yeah, like, gets them fun. And I like Phry, like, really much.
Yeah, Phry. Now, we're coming up on Phry.
Yeah.
We're not talking about Phry this week. We're talking about Lawn Boy.
But
now, but I do think you could pick just about any song on this album.
That would be fun.
Yeah, and just say
a good entry.
Listen to this one. Like, listen to the Squirming Coil and tell me what you think. You know, like if someone wanted to know about Phish or Reba or, I mean, just about any of them, honestly. I don't know that I'd recommend Lawn Boy.
Yeah.
Gotta be honest.
I'm trying to be. I mean, like, I don't think they're playing their best in Lawn Boy, but.
No, I think they are. I do think they're playing their best. I think it's a style and it's
just a different style that we don't really like.
Yeah, I think it's just
that much.
I think they accomplished what they wanted to accomplish.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't just listen to Lawn Boy on repeat for 3 hours.
But my favorite song is the Squirming Coil.
Yeah.
Like, that's. What's your favorite song?
My favorite song on here, it's a close one.
Bouncing Around the Room or Run Like an Antelope or Squirming Coil, I think would probably be yours.
Okay. I'm going to pick two.
Okay.
I'm going to pick two songs. And I'm going to go Bathtub Gin and Bouncing Around the Room.
If I could pick two,
Well, you can pick two.
I'd pick the Squirming Coil and Bouncing Around the Room.
Okay.
Because, like, Bouncing Around the Room is, like, gives you a good feeling inside, like, that just, I don't know. It's a good feeling.
Yeah, it's a happy song.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fun, happy song. So, if one of your friends in 3rd grade said, Oliver, I know you like Phish. What is the best album to start with? Would you say Lone Boy?
Mm-hmm.
Would you recommend this album just to say, here, listen to this whole album?
Probably.
You think so?
Yeah.
I like it.
It might be either Farmhouse,
Yeah.
Hoist, or Lawn Boy.
Okay.
Either of those,
Yeah.
probably.
Those are all good picks. Well, so there you have our picks. I'm going with Bathtub Gin, Bouncing Around the Room, and Oliver's picked.
Squirming Coil and Bouncing Around the Room.
So by default, Bouncing Around the Room would be our pick off this album because we both agree on that, right?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that about does it for this week as we have talked about Lone Boy. Oliver did have something he wanted to tell everybody.
Thank you for the 100 followers. This is our first 100th. Thank you so much. It might not seem like a lot, but it is a lot for us. So
Yeah.
Thank you. And come and surrender with the flow with us.
Hey everybody, want to jump back in here. Oliver was a little eager with closing out the program. But in 2 weeks, we will be reviewing A Pitcher of Nectar. So if you want to be listening to that in the meantime, please do that. Also follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Phish Phry Pod. You can subscribe to us on any of the major podcast networks, and we sincerely appreciate it, and I hope you all have a great week. And, as Oliver said, remember to surrender to the flow with us.